The woman up there on the right.
Can I just come back and say that I think it's got very, very little to making the deficit smaller. It's far more, to me, about dismantling the welfare state. Yeah. I've got...
Go on.
I have a son with a learning disability. He has no social worker, no care plan. His transport to and from school is threatened. His college place has just been withdrawn. I think the reality on the ground for people like us living everyday lives is that austerity is devastating. Certainly for my son and young people like him, we feel as though he's been written off by Cameron's government.
Do yesterday's announcements make any difference to you?
Sorry?
Do yesterday's announcements make any
Well,
difference?
no, they don't, because they're still planning £12 billion in welfare cuts. They make no difference at all. I mean, our children are amongst the most vulnerable children in the country, I would suggest, yet Trafford Council's decided that they can make their own way to and from school. And the reality of these cuts coming down from central government to local government are absolutely devastating. I'm not sure Westminster realises that.
Okay. Pete, I'll come to you, but do you want to just answer her point?
Well, of course, you know, if we don't have a country that can live within its means, then we can't. Well, you can't. Hold on. If you don't want a country that lives, if you don't want, it is not flannel to want to deal with the deficit. Hold on. If we don't have a country that can live within its means, then we can't fund those sorts of public services that people like you rely on.
Well, so we pay our taxes, but our children can't go to school. Is that what you're suggesting?
All right, wait a minute. Let Matthew Hancock just finish his point. Just listen to him. And
Firstly, yesterday we increased the education budget, so of course it's important that people can go to school, and there are more good school places than before we came to office. But crucially, you mentioned the care plan. I agree, that's an important policy. It's a new policy that was brought in when I was in the education department. But the central point is this. You can't have a strong economy if you don't take decisions that make sure that we can deal with our debts and get them down, and instead, you know, leave them and our generation not take the decisions that are necessary to deal with these debts.
But I think I think you've had your say about the school.
And I'd agree very much with the lady at the back. And what we've got to remember here is that austerity is a policy choice, and this is a Conservative government who are deeply ideologically committed to an austerity programme. I mean, we're all delighted that tax credits have been withdrawn, but they're all going to be clawed back again with what they're doing to universal credit and what they're doing to housing benefit. There will still be £12 billion of welfare cuts down the line. Now, yesterday's statement wasn't so much smoke and mirrors and conjuring tricks. It was a meeting of the whole magic circle. Such was the things that was being done on the back of all of this. And we've still got to pay for this. And this is a government who will be determined to drive through their austerity agenda, and they do not care less who's hurt on the way, as long as they are able to achieve their objectives.
Yes.